Jefferson County Court of Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in cause number 330688. The case is filed the state of Texas versus Ramses Concepcion Morales Jr. Mr. Morales, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morales, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Morales, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morales, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Morales?
Good, Your Honor. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Morales, you're here represented by your attorney, Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, how are you doing? Mr. Galmore, do you waive a record in Mr. Morales's case?
We did.
And just to answer your question, I'm doing great.
Good.
And Mr. Lamar Johnson is here representing Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And Mr. Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm blessed, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Morales, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that on or about June 30th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Morales, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Morales, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? You have to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Morales, I have before me another document. This document is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. You recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials RM that are on a line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. And is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Sir, I do.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir, I do.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Morales, did you sign a document on paper that I'm about to show you that's titled Discovery Certification?
Yes,
And
sir.
this is your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir, I do.
Now, Mr. Morales, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
And your attorney went over this documents with you, is that correct?
Yes, he did.
Now, Mr. Morales, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me states exhibits 1 and 2. State, you like the office, states 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and states 2, which is in the court's file, probable cause affidavit.
Yes, Your Honor. State office, state 1 and state 2. Without objection.
Okay, no objection, states exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Galmore, you have advised and counseled Mr. Morales. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Morales, your attorney, Mr. Galmore has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morales, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I'll also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 180 days. Your Honor, we're asking that the court suspend imposing that sentence at this time and instead place the defendant on community supervision for a period of 2 years, Your Honor. require the defendant to complete 100 hours of community service. And there is no fine attached to this plea agreement, Your Honor. In addition to the standard terms and conditions for the DWI probation, Your Honor, we're also asking, or we are asking for DWI education course, drug and alcohol analysis, and an interlock device. And lastly, Your Honor, this case is to run concurrent with felony case number 17-26839. Which is we just received felony probation on that, Your Honor. So we're trying to consolidate the probation fees.
Mr. Morales, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve 180 days in jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs of $482. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee, $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll be required to to pay Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the play. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments is $100, but let me explain this to you. Because you'll already be on probation, you'll only be required to pay one probation fee because you're already on probation. And he's in this county?
Yes.
Okay. So you won't be paying, even though you have different cases, you only be required to pay the one probation fee. So in essence, the monthly installments is $100, but in reality, they're going to reduce it by $60. And so you'll probably be paying $40 per month. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And would you be able to pay? Well, let's say if the probation department could either require you to pay the $60 either in this case or in the felony case. I don't know which one they're gonna do, but in any event, if you are required to pay the $60 in this case, the probation fee is what I'm saying. And the total amount, your monthly installments is $100. Would you be able to pay that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you'll also be required to perform 100 hours of community service. You'll be required to attend and complete a DWI education class and have a drug and alcohol assessment. You will also be required to install a DWI interlock device in any vehicle that you own or operate. This case will run concurrent with cause number 17-26839, and you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. Morales, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, Mr. Morales, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Mr. Morales, this will conclude your case. You're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney, gonna follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Galmore, this is the only case you have left. You'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Come on that blue light in front of you, please. Thank you. You can unmute yourself.